What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, Doge's price is consistently adding more and more bullish signs and momentum to what we've been talking about for the last few days, and I want to share that with you today. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, my friends. Let's get straight into the video. Now, guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade a little Doge yourself on up to 25x leverage without needing to KYC, meaning you don't have to hand over your personal and private information, you can check out that Margex link down below. Guys, this is where I do the vast majority of my trading. I mean, you can see I keep tens of thousands of dollars on here. I'm pretty much trading every day because it is my favorite platform for trading. And of course, you are going to get up to $10,000 in bonuses and rewards if you do sign up using just my link down below. So make sure you do go check that out and let me know what you think if you want to start trading some Doge and many other cryptos on up to 100x leverage. Now, what is going on with Doge? So you guys remember over the last couple of days, we've been talking about what's happening right here, right? I said, listen, Doge made an amazing move, a move that I wasn't expecting, and a move that opens up a ton of doors. I said, look, it hit this 1.618 fib extension zone, which is where we predicted that its price very well could go. It saw, of course, a little bit of resistance, and now it's gone a bit sideways over the last couple days. But in the last few videos, I've been consistently telling you guys, don't fall for the bearishness. Everybody's getting all nervous and scared, saying that this is bad, that we're cooling down, or we're pulling back, or the run is over, whatever. And I'm sitting back here looking at this thinking the opposite. I'm thinking, hey, even if we do go down, we're seeing some amazing signs right now, and the signs are just getting better. Now, Tyler, what are some of these amazing signs? Well, what I've told you all pretty consistently is that typically speaking, when a crypto runs into its 1.618 or 1.272 Fibonacci extension zones, usually what happens is it crashes, right? Usually you're going to run up to a level of resistance like this, and then you're going to go straight back down. It's not common that you're going to be able to see a crypto be able to sustain being up here, to hold some support up here, to maintain up here, go stable up here. It's just not usually what happens. Now, the only reason that this would happen is because if things are just so dang on bullish and the bulls are so confident that this thing is going to go upwards that they're just out muscling the bears. The bears are trying to force this thing down, and although they are having some success and it is trending downwards a little bit, it's not making much progress to the downside. And usually what happens in a bull market is these bears will get exhausted. They'll put up the best fight that they can, but they'll run out of energy. This thing will try to find some support and then use that to continue upwards. And so seeing the sustainability up here has been a fantastic sign, and it's just getting better and better. Now, today I want to focus in a little bit on what we are seeing from our RSI, because man, this 4-hour RSI is starting to give us some damn good signs that what we're talking about is becoming even more true. So looking at the 4-hour RSI, what we can see is that it has now trended all the way back down to our 50% threshold. Now, in order to kind of show why this is important, let me show you what's happened the last couple times we were at the 50% threshold, just so I can start to build the context around my bullishness. So what we can see is that the last time that we came down to the 50% threshold, remember, that's important. I'm not talking about going up through it, down to it, was, let's go ahead and call it right here. So, bam, this area right here, okay? Now, let's just keep that in mind. The time before that, it was right here, okay? Let's go a little bit further back. The time before that, before we came down to it, here we go, boom, this one right here. Boom, right there, down to it from the top, let's go ahead and call it right there. And then before that would have been right here. Okay, this is some good examples. Let's just use these. Let's just go one more back, just for funsies. Okay, let's go back, one more right there. What I want you to recognize is the pattern. Okay, the pattern that Doge has had since, what is this, the last 2 months now, of when its price comes down to this 4-hour 50% threshold on its RSI. Now, the last couple of times this has happened, we saw a pullback, very similar to the one we're seeing right now. We hit that 50% threshold, came a little bit further down, and went upwards. Before that, same thing, a little bit down, came back a little bit further, went upwards. The next one, we bounced upwards. The next one, we bounced upwards. The next one, we bounced up, came a little bit more down. I don't know why I keep saying further down, and then we went upwards. You're going to start to hear the pattern now. We were coming a little bit down. We hit that, went a little further down, went upwards. Guys, I don't need to keep doing this, do I? We were here, went a little bit further down, went upwards, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to keep doing that because I'm going to start boring you soon. But what you can start to recognize is that although the 50% threshold doesn't mark the bottom usually, it's not usually the point where Doge's price will immediately start trending upwards, it signifies that we're getting close. Usually Doge will not have a sustained period of time during a bull market where its price is just trending below this 50% threshold. Generally what happens is once you hit this 50% threshold, you're getting very close to a bottom. Sometimes you're just going to absolutely go for it. And considering the bullishness of the market right now, that is a possibility. But more often than not, what happens with Doge is that its price will trend a little bit further down, whether it be here, whether it be here, and then from there start to work its way back upwards, now looking to put in a new higher high, surpassing that previous high. And so the fact that we've been talking about for the last few days, like, hey, it seems to me as if Doge is in a cool down, a reset, that it's not going to get pushed down very far, that is going to try to find a higher low and then continue upwards, and now we're seeing that 50% threshold hit already. Guys, that's a sign to me that even if Doge's price does continue down a little bit more, let's say to 30 cents, let's even say the thing goes back down to 22 cents, that we're going to be in a spot to where those bulls are going to absolutely step in and try to catapult this bad boy to the upside. You look at your 4-hour Bollinger Bands, we are already contracting. Now, without getting too technical, what you need to remember is that your Bollinger Bands are overextension measurements. They tell you to what degree are you overextended. So what you have here is a 20 simple moving average, which runs in the middle. Then from your 20 simple moving average, you're going to take 2 standard deviations to the upside, 2 standard deviations to the downside. That's how you measure the top of the envelope and the bottom of the envelope. Now, historically speaking, when a crypto is in the top side or the bottom side of the envelope, this envelope gets wider and wider because those standard deviations are, of course, separating, causing this thing to expand a bit. And usually whenever you do that, it means you're overextended or you're going too far too fast. And so what we saw was that earlier this week, Doge went too far too fast. This thing got pushed to the outside and this expanded, meaning that we are of course getting overextended. But what's happened now, guys, that things have cooled down a bit, is our Bollinger Bands have contracted. That 20 simple moving average has gone more sideways. Our standard deviations are somewhat they're turning inwards, right? And when that happens, of course, it means that you're getting a good reset. It means that a lot of your moving averages are resetting, your indicators are resetting, your bulls are resetting. And so seeing the Bollinger Bands cool down like this, getting a beautiful reset, seeing us pull to the bottom side of them, at the same time that we're hitting that 50% threshold on your 4-hour RSI, and your price is putting in a descending channel like this, which historically is rather bullish, it tells me that we're in a very, very good spot and no one seems to recognize it. And so sure, yes, as I mentioned before, I don't know, Doge absolutely took off and its price might need to come retest some of these levels. It is still possible that Doge goes back to 30 or back to 23, but I do believe that it will use this as support to continue upwards, and this is nowhere near the end of the run for Doge. And so because of that, I am very bullish about what I'm seeing right now. Every single hour that goes by, it feels like it's getting better and better and better. And so if we need to cool down and get a healthy pullback, sure, let that be that, because after that healthy pullback, I am surely looking forward to what comes next, the possible gains that could follow after that. Now, guys, I will let you know, I do have a bunch of other content for you if you do want to check it out, which will be available down below for as little as $1 a month in the private community. Guys, for just $1 a month, you can join the private community, talk to me, ask me questions, ask the community questions, and just be a part of a group, which is very fun. Or for $5 a month, you can get extra insights from me. I post in there about my thoughts, things I'm seeing in the news, things that I'm hearing in the back end through the grapevine, whatever. I post daily fundamental analysis reports, daily technical analysis reports, and I'm working on some crash courses for those of you who may be a little bit newer to the world of crypto and trading and all that good stuff. And all of that's available down below for you, again, for as little as $1 a month. And lastly, if you do want to trade some Doge yourself on up to 25x leverage, check out that Barjax link down below if you want up to $10,000 in bonuses and rewards. But overall, guys, I love what I'm seeing here and I can't wait to update you. I plan on doing an update every single day while Doge's price is looking good like this, and so of course I will continue that. And if you guys do enjoy, please don't forget to smash that like button. It helps out a ton. Guys, I think I've posted 4 videos already today. I still got another 3 or 4 coming later. The hustle is real, but it's the bull market and there's no time to rest. So smash that like button, press that subscribe button if you are new, and stay tuned for another few videos later today. Peace out, everybody.